All right, hello everybody. It's Sir Adrian back here. I'm back to film this little housekeeping video as I made a mistake during the Austrian naval battle that I did against the French units. I completely forgot that the commanders, when they are, whoops, oh, I don't know why that's there. The commanders, when they are in a naval battle, they're either paired with a submarine or uh, not a coastal sub, just a regular submarine or a torpedo boat destroyer. So in this case, he'd be paired with the excuse me torpedo boat destroyer. So it wouldn't make have made much sense in that first round of combat I had did for him to lose the commander, of course, because then these units that I was rolling at that boosted value, they would have went down. Um, so it kind of complicated things a bit. So just in the interest of uh, fairness, and that was my mistake, I just opted to redo it entirely, that battle, and just film it here. And if there's no objections, I was thinking about it again. Like if I would have rolled it correctly, then I obviously wouldn't have changed it and left it as is. But seeing as we had to re-roll it, I was thinking that I would have liked to have brought this dreadnought that was in Port in Austria. It doesn't get a boost, but it still has a movement of 2. So it could have moved 1, 2 to join that battle. So we'll do that. Again, if there's no objections, if there is, I can leave that where it is, but I would have preferred to bring that. So again, defending, we would have the French units. So they would have 3 cruisers. Oh, or sorry, a pre-dread normally at a 7, boosted to an 8. Cruisers boosted to a 7 from their normal value of 6. He had 3 of them. His torpedo boat in this case, I imagine just like if you were on land where you would have and then his coastal sub boosted to 3. Yeah, and then the torpedo boat destroyer, I don't think it rolls at all. I imagine it's like on land where the commander's paired with it, so it's not actually taking part in the battle. We could double check. Actually, could you not modify? Yeah, okay, so the TBD wouldn't even have been part of the combat again. Yeah, so it makes sense to just re-roll this. Okay, so this will move to the side because that torpedo boat destroyer is technically not partaking in that combat, even if it could be taken ultimately as a casualty. Actually, that's interesting. I'm not sure. He could elect to take it as a casualty, but I imagine you wouldn't uh, want to. I think the commanders are destroyed if they're at sea automatically. Yeah, 'cause I don't think he can retreat. Cannot participate in combat, but they can be taken out of county. Once removed, a new unit must provide observation, or the commander is no longer effective. Yeah, so he wouldn't take that as a casualty until the very uh, last unit, basically, or he was forced to if it was the only casualty that could then be taken. Anyway, we have a dreadnought at 8. We would have our 4 pre-dreadnoughts at 7s, and then a torpedo boat destroyer at 4. So first round of combat, we'll have the pre-dreadnought as his green dice. These 4 here will be, or the dreadnought, these 4 here will be the pre-dread, and the yellow will be the torpedo boat, but he does have a coastal sub, first striking on a 3. Oh, that's a 1, and it's a target select hit. He wouldn't take my torpedo boat. It makes sense for him to take a higher hitting unit. In this case, it would probably make sense for him to damage. Not sure. If he takes a pre-dread, I have one less hit at a 7, which is pretty good. However, if he damages the dreadnought and then gets 1, 2, 3, 4, that wouldn't matter anyways, because I could take even if he gets 4 other hits, I could take this, those 3. Yeah, I think it makes the most sense where he would select a pre-dread in this case, so that's what we'll do. Then I get to attack, so now one less of those. Otherwise, again, this yellow dice will be for the torpedo boat. This will be for the dreadnought. These will be for the pre-dreadnoughts. Although pre-dread would be at a 7. But then I would still have or 5 at 7. Just still pretty good. Yeah, I'll assume he would have wiped out a pre-dreadnought in the first round. Okay, so the dreadnought gets a hit on a 1, and then 2 of the pre-dreadnoughts get hits on a 7 and a 1. So 3 hits total. Oh, yeah, that didn't hit. So 3 hits total. He would probably lose the coastal sub, which we'll remove now just because it won't fire back. And then again, he probably wouldn't lose the torpedo boat, so he could keep the boost. So he would probably, I imagine, lose 2 cruisers. But of course, they do get to fire back. So he'd get the 3 cruisers at 7, and then a pre-dreadnought at an 8. So 2 of the cruisers hit, as well as the pre-dreadnought. So 3 hits for him as well. I would lose my TBD and 2 dreadnoughts, or pre-dreadnoughts, sorry. And then I would press the attack, I think. So we'll have a dreadnought and a at an 8 and a pre-dreadnought at a 7. So 2 hits, 2 more hits for me. And he would have a dreadnought at an 8 and a pre-dread at a 7. So 1 hit for him. Yeah, I got 2 hits and he gets 1. So he would lose. In this case, yeah, but I think the commander's eliminated. I'm not entirely sure in this case. Like, if he loses these 2, I mean, I don't know if that one's like automatically. Well, no, it wouldn't be automatically destroyed, but I don't think it has a defense value because it's paired, yeah, with the commander and it's not taking part in the combat. So I guess it would just be eliminated. But if he chooses that as a casualty, then I don't think that commander just magically gets to retreat through the ocean. I think he would die. Like either way, he loses that, and then even if he keeps the pre-dread, it would be down to a 7. And he gets a hit, so I'll lose my pre-dreadnought. Uh, yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll say in this case again, Eugene, you could modify this if you'd like. The two hits that I got, I assume you would lose. Um, yeah, just to have a chance to fire back in this case and maybe damage the dreadnought if I press, which I will. I would assume you would lose the TBD at this point. So that commander, I'll delete him because again, pretty sure if he doesn't have that unit at sea to pair it, he'd be eliminated. If that's not the case, we can figure that out and have him retreat to, I guess, wherever it'd retreat to. But to me, that doesn't make much sense. And then I imagine you would lose the cruiser, so you'd keep the pre-dread. And then I would press the attack, which would be the final round. So 1 at an 8. And that's a hit on a 1. And then he would be down to a 7 year pre-dreadnought because of the commander being gone. So 1 at a 7. And you get a hit. So the French Navy would be destroyed. My dreadnought would be damaged. And then I would retreat that import into Constantinople. Or not retreat it into port, but have it go into port in Constantinople. All right. Yeah, so that's it for that battle. Again, if there's any changes to like the order in which you would have taken things, I'll let you watch through it and sort that out. But otherwise, that is it. I'll upload this save, and the French are good to go whenever.